Hey guys, so in this video we're going to talk about loops in the C programming language. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to include our library, stdio.h, create our main function, and this is all just what they call boilerplate code. It's just syntax, and we have to return 0. So we haven't even really started our programming yet. And because I'm on Windows, I'm going to do system pause. If you are not on Windows, do not use this command here, right here. Okay, so there are basically different loops. So there's a for loop, there's a while loop, and then there's do while loop. So these are the main loops that you'll use. So a for loop usually has an iterator that we usually call I, and it goes for the syntax goes like this: for I equals some number, usually 0 or 1. I is going to be less than some other number, so we could say something like 5 and then I plus plus. So that means the I plus plus means increment this loop, increment I by 1 each time for this loop. And then this says when I reaches 5, we're going to exit out the loop. But as long as I is less than 5, we're going to keep going through this loop. And each time we go through the loop, we keep iterating it by 1 with this I plus plus. And remember that we start off I with 0. So let me go ahead and show you guys what this looks like. I'm going to do a print statement here, %d, to show that we're going to print n\n, to show that we're going to print the variable I. And I'm going to say this as a .c file, and I'm going to call it loops. Okay, so you can see that this loop ran from I equals 0, so that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it ran 5 times in total. A better way of seeing this, we set I equal to 1, and we say that this goes from I less than or equal to 5. So if I run this again, we should get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you see that we do. We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's good. Let's look at the syntax for while loops. So while loops basically run until a condition is met. So while I, or let's do another variable here. Let's create a different variable. Let's call it j, integer j, and we're going to set j equal to 5. And we want to say while j is greater than or equal to 1, then we're going to print. I'm going to just copy this here, and I'm going to paste it right here. We're going to print the value j. Okay, and then what we want is we want to decrement j by 1. And the way to do that is to say j equals j minus 1. Or another way that we can do that would be to say j minus minus. So usually you'll see this j minus minus is how we decrement a variable by 1 each time. So j starts off at 5. It's going to keep decrementing through this loop. So what it's going to do is it's going to say is j greater than or equal to 1? Well, right now j is 5. Okay, so print j, which is 5, and then decrement j by 1. So it's 4. And then it goes back up again, it checks. Is 4 greater than or equal to 1? It is. So print j. So we're going to print 4, decrement j by 1. So now j equals 3. It's going to keep doing this over and over again. Is 3 greater than or equal to 1? It is. Then print j. We're going to print 3, and then keep decrementing j by 1 again. So let's see what we get. And I'm going to comment out this first loop here so it doesn't run. And now this time we get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And to show you that this other, this is another way you can use j to decrement it. It's just as good. You can see that we still get the same result, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. And now that was the while loop. Now let's do the do while loop. So I'm going to comment this out up here. Now the do while loop. Its syntax is do anything inside here while some condition is true. So this is basically how the syntax looks. We just need to insert some code. So I don't want this to be true forever, so I need to put in some condition here. And let's go ahead and create a new variable. So we'll say integer k, and we'll set k equal to, let's go with 10. And I want to print k So I'm going to print k, and I want it to keep printing k while k is greater than or equal to, we'll say 1. And we will decrement k each time by 1. Okay? So now what it's going to print is 10, then 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So let's give it a run. And that's exactly what we get. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you may notice that this is very similar to the while loop, and you don't know the difference. Well, let me show you the difference here. Let's say we want this to run while k is greater than or equal to, let's give me something here. I do 21. So it's greater than or equal to 21. And well, 21 is pretty big. Well, that's fine. We'll do 21. Okay, so we're going to set k equal to, let's set it equal to 20. So now we know that 20 is less than 21. So this condition will not be true, right? So it would never run here. Well, let's see what happens. You see here that the loop print 20 just one time. So why did the loop print 20? Because the do while loop says, do this statement one time and then check to see whether this condition is true. So no matter what, it was going to do that. Now, if we were to do this with the while loop, and remember our while loop is using j, I'm going to set j equal to 20. And I want this to run while j is greater than or equal to 21. And I'm going to comment out this other do while loop here. And now we're going to run this. And let's see if it goes through this loop at all. So j equals 20. This is going to run while j is greater than or equal to 21. So let's see if it prints anything at all. And it doesn't. So that's the difference between the do while loop and the while loop. And now we have all three of our loops: the for loop, the while loop, the do while loop. I'm just going to run them all. And so that's what we get. So what's happening here is we're printing this first for loop, which is 1 to 5. That's where we get that 1 to 5 from. Our while loop never runs because j is equal to 20, and it's going to run while j is greater than or equal to 21. And this last one runs only one time because k equals 20. And again, it's going to do this print statement once, and then it's not going to do it again because k is not greater than or equal to 21. Okay, so I hope this was a helpful tutorial for you, and I'll hope to see you guys in the next video.